The QMJHL has won 4 straight Subway Super Series games against Russia. A 5th would clinch it for them. They send it right into the Russian end. Shesterkin gets a touch early on. Francis Perron, he opened the scoring in Game 5. He's flying around, a 7th-round pick of Ottawa. Hard shot from Graves. That was blocked by Dergachev. Puck came to the front of the net. It trickled just wide. Here's the captain, Frederick Gauthier, Maple Leafs first-round pick from 2013. QMJHL putting on some pressure early on Russia, very similar to how Game 5 started. Able to keep it out of harm's way. LeBay. Pass into the skates of Gauthier. He handled it well, sent it into the Russian zone. Puck comes to the line, intercepted by Francis Perron. He can shoot the puck. We saw that in Game 5. This one was a little high.
Good warning from Gilles Bouchard, the head coach of the Miranda Huskies, about Perron. We got a first-hand look at that bullet of a shot last night on the off wing going high glove side.
4.5 minutes. No whistles. There's been one shot. That belongs to Russia. Alexander Dergachev. He doesn't have a point for Russia. Only one of 2 forwards without a point. The other is Danil Babchenko. He's only played in half the games for Russia. But Dergachev is one of the players that's the Q is really keeping an eye on. They're worried about him despite the fact he hasn't lit up the scoreboard.
A lot of other people keeping their eyes on him too. National Hockey League scouts love his size.
Daniel Audette, he had the hot hand in Game 5, a couple of points. Tests Shesterkin, first shot for Shesterkin, and there's no trouble. He plays with Moncton. He's inserted into the lineup. He didn't play in Game 5. And Pavel LaPlante right in on Shesterkin. One-hand pass. Dergachev was waiting for it. Sweeney hustles after it. Dergachev stopped it for him.
Remember that behind the goaltenders can play the puck anywhere here. We're playing a hybrid of international rules, and so the goalies, especially the CHL goalies, have had to get used to that in a short amount of time. It's so instinctual to play it inside.
Gauthier. Back to Ryan Graves, who's now a member of the Quebec Ramparts. Ramparts will be hosting the MasterCard Memorial Cup this year. And the fans of last year's MasterCard Memorial Cup remember Ryan Graves from a member of the Val-d'Or Fourreur. Graves inside his own zone, retrieves the puck and gets it out of the danger area.
Good to see Graves back in action, off-season shoulder surgery, and so the New York Rangers prospect has come back stronger than ever, and an A-lister.
Gauthier, he's recently back in the Rimouski lineup. Only played 8 games this season. This is his home rink. One of the star players for the Oceanic, who are off to a great start. Number 6th in the CHL rankings. Ryan Graves thought about going to his defense partner, gained the line, didn't get it deep though. Dergachev sends it right back. Graves with another crack at it. He's a Rangers draft pick. Uses his long reach, pokes it ahead. Now LaPlante battling for it. Gauthier comes in to help, gets it to Jan-Pavel LaPlante. Ivan Kryshenko to Alexander Brintsev. Big defenseman slides it ahead. The defensemen have been productive for Russia. 4 goals from the defense. Russia scored 11.
Series long and it continues. You see why the Rangers now took him in the 4th round.
Gauthier in front to Perron. A diving defensive play by Alexander Dergachev. Right winger on this line. Back to Graves. Over to LeBlanc. Delayed penalty coming up to Russia. Extra attackers out there trying the bank play off the boards. Graves always alert.
Nights ago in Acadie Bathurst.
4:47 to go in the first period. Still awaiting our first goal. The winner of this game will be the Subway Super Series champion. Perron. Good pass ahead to LaPlante. Low shot, Shesterkin. He had that side all covered up. Behind his own net. Rushin Rafikov has the respect of his teammates. That's where he wears the C. Might have been in charge of the donuts last night, too. We got back to the room, and a few of the Russian players, the hotel, and a few of the Russian players were coming in with a couple of boxes of donuts. That's what they look for when they get to a new town, the donut shops. They like to load up. Oh, to be young and eat whatever you want, eh, Sam?
Yeah, it must be nice.
Hagen. That shot was blocked in front of the net. One time in front. It's put in.
Knock down that pass out of the zone and create a good chance for his line mate LeBlanc.
Alexander Dergachev on the goal by Fishenko comes up with his first point of the Subway Super Series.
Just outside the blue ice. That's going to be key for Team QMJHL.
Graves trying that bounce pass off the end boards again. Didn't come in front of the net. Dergachev with a nice pickup. Sends it deep. Graves to his defense partner, Olivier LeBlanc, the captain of St. John, a Columbus Blue Jackets pick. He's number 3 for the QMJHL. Long pass goes right in on Dergachev.
Deal. Oh, St. Louis, loving their lives.
Dergachev was part of Team Russia at last year's World Junior Hockey Championship. No reason to believe he won't be part of it again. QMJHL have to find a way to get some pucks past Igor Shesterkin. It's a 1-0 lead for Russia, just starting the second period. Dergachev made the save. The rebound came right in front of the net, but Vladimir Brukvin is tied up by Olivier LeBlanc. Brukvin just getting onside down. Go! Pass to center. LeBlanc redirects it in. Way out of his net is Shesterkin. Dergachev. He's hit, but made the play up ahead to Brukvin. Leshenko. This QMJHL team has 7 undrafted players, 12 drafted. Plenty of youth, lots of scouts keeping an eye on this game. Getting to know the Russians much better. Good chance to see some draft-eligible players, too, and what a draft it's going to be in 2015.
Well, that's just it. I mean, the scouts love the QMJHL. In 1995 was a huge draft year. You know, McKinnon and Drouin, Gauthier, all those guys. But the 97 draft class might not rival it, but it'll be pretty darn good here in the QMJHL and right across the CHL for that matter.
Nicholas Waugh, another one of those draft eligibles, intercepted a pass. Couldn't get it to the net. Dergachev moved it inside the Russian line. Brukvin. Oh, that's in! That hit a stick. It was off speed and beat Philippe Dergachev, and Russia leads 2-0 for a minute to go in the power play. Rafakov to Vovchenko. Back to Rafakov. Dergachev is open. Now Valeri Bragin going with 4 forwards out there. We haven't seen that from him in this Subway Super Series. Another change to the power play. Rattel blocked the shot, cleared the zone. Rafakov's pass knocked out of the air by Rattel, making things difficult for Russia to get back into the QMJHL zone. Ivan Fishenko over to the open side. He lets Vovchenko track it down. Rafakov works his way to the net. Now backs off, heads back to his high position. There's the shot, that's wide of the net. Big bounce right to Dergachev. Back to Rafakov. 20 seconds to go in the power play. Vovchenko, stick handling, goes back to Rafakov. Another high shot that's wide and cleared by the Q. Time. Carrier slides it ahead. Audet puts it back to Carrier. Now to the middle of the ice. Hands off to Daniel Audet. Shot off Shesterkin. Dauphin was in front.
And so, little bad luck for Dergachev, and 2 goals have gotten by him that looked soft but were difficult saves.
This is a big hole now for the QMJHL to dig out of. Russia up 3-0. Carrier's quickly off the bench to keep it in. Okilov, he tries the other side. There's big Dergachev. Out off. Hard around the glass. This time it clears outside of the Russian end. It won't be icing. Carrier. He's from Quebec City. He had an assist in Game 5. Alain, his Gatineau Olympic teammate, just redirects it into the Russian end. Fishenko. He opened the scoring for Russia. Here's Brukvin. High shot on Dergachev, and he didn't have any troubles with that.
Coming back from that facial fracture, first-round pick of the Philadelphia Flyers in the 2013 draft. Dmitry
Yudin to Dergachev. Bouncing puck kept in at the line. Ocean Rafikov, he sends it out. Sweeney over to Brouillard. One Russian forechecker. Get used to seeing that. Every other Russian player, they're on their own side of the red line.
Valery Bragan's used a 1-3-1 power play, which is kind of North American thing, and a whole lot of trapping here late in the second.
One last chance into the final minute of the second period. Russia breaks that one up too. It's big Alexander Dergachev. Malash will have to hurry. Fishenko's right on his heels. Fishenko knocks him down. Puck comes back to Rafikov. He gets it to Yudin, takes the return feed. Final few seconds of the power play, and that is it. Russia back to full strength and holding the fort for the Q. A little different scenario this time around, down by 3, and Russia so good when they have a lead.
I think a lot keys off what Frederic Gauthier does. I mean, he's the captain, he's the older guy, he's the World Junior returnee, and so going out winning that draw is a good start, but playing with some of the energy that he had in Bathurst would be helpful as well.
Big bounce off the stanchion, came right in front to Gauthier. He just couldn't reach it. There's one from the line from Graves. Valeri Bragan telling us he's an offensive player, needs to be better defensively, but we've seen him consistently out there killing penalties for Russia, so he's challenging him to be better defensively.
We talk to the analytics people, and the best defense you can have is having the puck in your stick, and he's had it on his stick a lot.
Has it right now. End of a shift, though. In the second, another face-off win and another near miss on that low glove side of Shesterkin.
Tighten up the sights just a little bit.
Roger, he walks right in. He was looking glove side too, and he just missed. Puck bouncing around, Shesterkin diving around, and it's still 3-0. Dauphin over to Pelletier. Puck into the skates of Dergachev. It'll be good enough to ease some pressure. Russia hemmed in right now. Quick change in the offensive zone for the QMJHL. Beauvillier, he's fresh legs. He's out there quickly. Rattel can't keep it in. Fishenko got it to center. Brookman took a hit right into the QMJHL. Francis Perron. He can find room to get that great shot of his away. That would be a plus for QMJHL. Couldn't do it that time. Carrier, he snaps one near the net. It bounces around in front of the Russian goal. Russia's there to clear it aside. Dergachev. LaPlante. Bounces it in. Yudin will have to hurry. LaPlante with that great speeds in on the forecheck. And Russia has iced the puck. Okilov. Weak backhand kick to the corner by Derosier. Bobchenko puts it back behind the net. Nobody there for Russia. They're tired up front. Off on a change. Jacob Sweeney. Some skating room now over to Beauvillier. Russia not making that entrance easy.
Well, they're really protecting their own blue line really, really well right now.
Another icing. Didn't appear in was game 2. Started games 1, 3, 5, and 6. Had to come in relief in game 4.
And it was interesting because at the start of this Subway Super Series, Valery Bragan told us that, hey, our goalies are going to play 3 apiece. All of a sudden, he's got a chance to win it. He changes his mind and goes with the hot hand.
Beauvillier hands off to Perron. Might have had a chance to shoot. Passed instead. Now he shoots. That's off a skate. Shesterkin was down low. Gauthier wins the battle along the boards. Over to Malash. LeBay to the top of the circle. One-time shot by Perron. That's blocked by Fishenko.
Trying to take advantage of the high guy in the slot. They put Perron there now.
Q is 0 for 3 on the power play. Has in front, they score! DeLuca redirects it! It's a 1-goal game! Shoot at.
Emotions are huge right now, RJ. You know the QMJHL is feeling it, and you don't want to start running around. You still want to be patient with your plan here. You're now only a goal down, so it's within reach.
Hagen very nearly got his pocket picked. High dump in. Finally comes down. LeBay locates it. Immediate forecheck from the Russians. Dergachev. He'll send it in. Richard down low. Got the puck to him. Anthony Richard right back to Malash. Pass up high on Richard. Tikhonov was with him. Couldn't get a shot away. Audette looking for an opening. Daniel Audette, 5th round pick of Montreal, plays for the Sherbrooke Phoenix, all the way around the net. LeBay. Audette lets it go behind the net to Alain. The QMJHL rookie with Gatineau. Nicholas Waugh, his shot, fanned on it. Russia was on their heels too. Teams have been good in the Subway Super Series over the years when they've had leads through 2 periods. There hasn't been a 3rd period comeback since 2012 in Game 3. Russia was down 1-0 and scored 2 to win it. QMJHL was down 3 at the start of the 3rd. Now they're down by just 1. Under 3 minutes remains. Dergachev keeping a close eye on Benoit Groulx, standing up high on the QMJHL bench, making sure. Ivan Fishenko taking it for the Russians, and DeLuca got a shot through a crowd. Shesterkin, he's there for Russia. Puck cleared by the Russians. LeBay over to Carrier. 20 seconds to go. Q has to make a run now. Carrier dumps it in. Shesterkin will stay in his net. Dergachyov pokes at it. Knocked down by Gauthier. LeBay trying to keep it in, and he does. Dergachev still digging for it. 7 seconds to go. Russia's okay with the puck along the boards. They have possession. Only 2 seconds to go, and Russia hangs on to a 3-2 win